G'day everyone. I thought I would share a little story I have about a violin. Before my grandfather passed away, he was in possession of two family instruments that his grandparents owned. So that would make it my great-great-grandparents. So one great-great-grandfather had a button accordion. And the other great-great-grandfather of mine had a violin. So before my pop passed away, I asked him if he would like to pass them on to the next generation. If he felt comfortable with that I would dearly love to get them restored. So part one of the story is that I have found someone in Ireland that was willing to restore the violin. And so this story is about that violin. I'm going to show you some pictures now. Let's have a look at what it looked like. So the box itself was completely roached. The violin, the bow was really beyond repair, so we got a new bow, but the violin itself was in relative good nick considering its age. It probably would have been around 100 years old. I'm originally from Australia, obviously, but I now live in Dublin. So when it came time to look for someone to restore the violin that my grandfather gave me, I wanted to, I suppose, go with someone that respected musicians, trusted. So I reached out to quite a few people via Facebook and Instagram, and I was lucky enough that Declan O'Rourke actually got back to me with a really great recommendation. Declan suggested someone that his own mother uses his services of, which I thought was a lovely recommendation. So I followed that up, and James Beatley was the man who he recommended. Once James had a look at the violin, he had a hunch that it was most likely from France, from Mirecourt, a place where they made quite a lot of violins, trade violins, and so factory made, but it dates most likely from around the 1920s, and James got this information basically from looking at the violin and seeing its dimensions, and particularly a button on the back of the violin that was typical of the Mirecourt style. So I just think it's pretty amazing that this violin travelled all the way from Europe, from France, all the way over to Australia, and that my family purchased it there. James has had a look at it and done quite a lot of intricate, beautiful work on the violin that I'm very happy with. And now we have a lovely restored instrument, beautiful violin, and it's being played back on this side of the planet again. I think it's a pretty wild journey this little violin's been on. So let's have a look. I'm just about to go in and pick up my grandfather's violin, who's being restored at the minute with James Beatley. So excited. This is exciting. The first time it's been played in 100 years, I'd say.
It's unreal, isn't it?
About 100 years since I played that as well. More used to playing the jigs and the reels.
Oh, well, you play me one of yours now. Yeah. Well done.
So this little violin that brought so much joy to my family in Australia, in the Mallee, in the hot, dusty Mallee, come from France. And I just think that's amazing that it went all the way over to Australia and entertained the family for such a long time, and now has almost come back full circle, got to Ireland anyway. So for me, who is someone who's really into music, I just love the idea that the instruments can be used again, be played again by the next generation. So I suppose for the video to be completely full circle, you'll have to hear one of great-great-grandfather Luca's great-great-grandchildren playing his violin. So here's a little snippet of me. It's very scratchy, but I'm not a violin player, but I hope to play a bit more in the future. So here's me playing a typically Aussie tune, so I hope you like it.